Hi guys, welcome back to the Regal Gentleman Studio. Today we've got Sam in the chair. How you doing, mate?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Good, I'm good. What are we doing today then, bud? What's the plan?
The main thing is, well, just to get it out of my face, it grows quite quickly. And then on the back, you can't really see it right now, but it does get quite curly. So I guess I put in like curling cream.
Okay.
So just to kind of like accentuate those curls at the back.
Right, okay.
And yeah, also just to, I guess, clean it up, and because it's a bit of a mess right now.
Okay, so how much length are you looking to remove then?
I had some photos, I guess kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like that, I guess.
Okay.
And then on the front, like a similar length to that. I don't know. Honestly, one of the things I liked watching your videos on TikTok is that you kind of had a sense, like you saw people's kind of face structure, and you had like an idea of what worked. So I'm keen to. Okay. That is kind of like the general vibe I'm going for.
Okay. I'll be honest with you. TikTok is short form.
Yeah.
So you miss out a lot of the consultation. So I don't actually always pick what works for people.
Yeah.
That's Liam's magic of condensing a 1 hour and 10 minute video into 4 minutes.
Okay.
So you're missing quite a lot out. Okay.
Okay.
So what we tend to do is I'll look at face shape and stuff, but ultimately we kind of work together on the haircut. Does that make sense? So in terms of the top, at the moment, do you want such a heavy disconnect on the top? So the top is very heavy compared to the sides.
Okay.
As you can see, there's quite a lot of short layer there.
Yeah. And
then a lot of hair above it. Do you want that obvious? Like, because if you're looking at pictures like that, they look a little bit more blended in.
Okay.
Like a bit more graduated in. So what that means is like it's not left as heavy on the top.
Yeah.
It's more kind of cut in to match the sides and the back. Because at the moment it does look like you've got shorter sides than a longer back. So do you want to essentially still have that kind of soft mullety kind of look going on? Is that what you're thinking?
I couldn't tell. I mean, maybe like an in between. I think. I guess the original haircut was more like a kind of, you know, that Bellerin, the Arsenal football player, Hector Bellerin.
Oh yeah.
He's kind of got like it's kind of like as you say, like a mix of a mullet.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll just show you. So
that one, that's the one I showed him.
Two completely different looks, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that was the original haircut. I think I'd like to go something maybe a little bit more professional. Kind of, I guess in between.
And in between probably wouldn't. I don't really know where the in between would go on that one. If I'm honest with you.
Well, I think let's go for this. Just started the new job, so I think let's go for something a little bit more professional. And then just accentuating the curls, I guess, is at the back. That's what I really like about that haircut.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's like a bit of a shag. I would say personally, that's more of a kind of classic swept back.
Yeah.
Do you see how confusing that can be? If you've got two different haircuts. So this haircut that you asked for there wouldn't work if I had to cut this the same way. That wouldn't look anything like that. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Because of the way this has been cut, it is top heavy compared to the sides, right? As you can see, the sides have gone and the top's there, so that's why it's grown out in that same shape. So I think if we're going to do something like that, it needs to be cut a bit more into a classic shape. It's more about that flow that you need to get into, which is the most important thing. And the flow doesn't work when you've got such a top heavy haircut. Okay. Because it will just, again, like you said, 3 weeks time, the fringe is falling into your eyes, it's getting bulky, it's getting voluminous. You won't get volume if you connect it all in. If anything, it will sit closer to the head, and as you push it back, it will become square. If you look at that, fringe is a lot shorter, but there's the connection there. Yeah. There's the connection right through there, right? So as you can see, that layer there is the same layer as that layer, same layer as that layer. So that's where that all falls in. The fringe doesn't overhang anywhere. Do you see? It hangs it forwards, obviously, because that's coming forwards, but if that was pushed back, that would blend right into all of that, you see. Okay. I think, it's a very, very easy transition in. It really is. And the fact that, like, for example, like that fringe probably needs to come to about there, and that'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? And then that connects into the sides. So as you push it back, or you scrunch it, or whatever you do, you've got a nice flow. So that's where the term flow comes from. It's just where you see separation and it all kind of graduates into the same style. So there's nothing separated between the haircut, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I think, we can do that, mate, 100%. You got good hair for that, mate, for sure. All right, man, well, let's get this shampoo and condition, mate, and then we'll go from there. All right.
Lovely.
Cool, man. Right, guys, so Sam's hair shampooed, conditioned, and I've just applied a little bit of lotion in this. This is going to be used to start the drying process. But we're just going to start off by sectioning off the back and sides into my usual horseshoe section, which I'm pretty sure you all know by now. Very, very strong hairline, Sam.
Thank you.
I'm pretty much creating it myself while I'm doing it here, mate. So you can see it just rolls around that way like that. So you got the hairline of a mannequin, which is it's quite unusual to have a hairline like a mannequin, mate. So yeah, you're very blessed, mate.
It's I always got told that because I'm going grey, it's I'll keep my hair for longer.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the case. Got a few balding grey hair clients, mate. But I think with your hairline, how old are you now, sir?
22.
22. You do have the hairline of a 15-year-old, so I guess you're probably going to keep it, mate. I'd be surprised. And you said you're Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe there's something in that as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
My dad's still got his full head of hair, so.
Has he?
Yeah.
Wow. Clean sections, clean work. Remember that, right? Messy sections. You know the rest. Right, so when you section the back and sides off, I'll show the camera, you really, really see the old haircut, right? So you can really see what your last stylist was doing, right? Which then explains to me what I need to do differently to get rid of that old cut. So if I just turn this around to the camera, so if you look at that, you can really see what's been going on. So if I stand behind it, so you get my white t-shirt, it's literally just on that angle, which is meant to be, right? But this new cut isn't like that. This new cut's got the balance and the flow to it. So, like I said, we need to use the sides as the guide, break the sides so we create that more squarer shape to allow that top to graduate into it, and then remove a lot of the length at the back, but we'll still keep the curl and everything like that as well, but it'll be a lot more structured than what it would be if it was just left long. So what was it about Hector's haircut that you liked then? It's quite a strong look, man.
Yeah. I don't know, I think I was enjoying the long hair, so I wanted to like accentuate it as much as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
I like those, the curls he's got at the back. I think it's
a really amazing haircut. Like whoever does that is very talented, very, very talented.
I mean, also I think it's often I think you see photos like that on Pinterest or on Instagram or whatever. Yeah. And it just looks cool. It just looks. Yeah. And you kind of want to recreate some of that.
So you said you just started a new job and you fancy something a little bit more, less creative in that sense, less kind of out there, yeah?
A little bit, yeah. But still like a nice in between. Don't want to go like completely short just yet.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Also, as I said, my hair grows out quite quickly, so we'll see how long it stays. Yeah. Looking professional.
I mean, if it's cut right, you should get a good 8 weeks, I'd say, out of this haircut, mate. But don't forget though as well, creative haircuts do grow out fast. So when you've got a more balanced cut, you don't notice it growing as much. Mm-hmm. So you might find that you might think, God, this is really lasting, this haircut, because it's kind of like a sort of like a, I wouldn't say it's like a basic medium length hairstyle, but it's definitely not a creative men's hairstyle, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So it's more kind of like a classic, I would say, nowadays. So what you'll find is that this should go out nicely for you because it's not so disconnected throughout the whole haircut. So you've got the back, which was longer than the sides, and the top, which was longer than the sides and the back. So it's like that will always grow out quite awkwardly. It looks amazing for a while, but you won't get as long out of that haircut as you might do with this.
Yeah, that's what I always felt. It felt like, I mean, when I first got it, looked great. I mean, he is a great hairdresser. I've been going for a while. Yeah, and then it would be like 3 weeks, and then there'd be a week where it really didn't look good at all. And then as it got to the new stage of like being slightly longer and like adapting a little bit, or I learnt maybe how to style it as it was getting longer. Yeah. Then it would look good again for a couple of weeks, and it was.
Definitely. From it looking like it's like looking like perfection to looking overgrown, it is quite quick, isn't it? Sometimes. So. Yeah. Especially if you mix that in with your hair growing a lot faster as well, then obviously you don't have to style for that long, do you?
Yeah. Also, I always feel like I postpone going to the hairdresser as long as possible.
Do you?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Don't know, really. I think it's just like...
Just try and get as long out of it as you can.
Yeah, also just like, I always think about it and then I just never get around to doing it.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. As I said, I'll be like, oh, I need to get a haircut, and then as it gets to the next stage of length, then I'm like, no, actually, this is fine.
I like this. Yeah.
I can last with this for a while longer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but also, I mean, all my mates tell me every time they see me, I've got a different haircut, so I'm quite keen to like let it grow quite a lot and then like change it completely.
Yeah, nice one, nice. Well, that's nice. Nice fellow human who enjoys his haircuts, mate. That's what we like to hear. That's what it's all about.
I don't think it'll be getting me on the wall there.
What's that? Sorry.
That wall you've got there of the length.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, mate, you're not rocking enough inches for that one, mate. You've got to have at least 9 inches in length and be willing to cut it all off. So I think if you grow it for a good maybe year or so, you might be all right. Well, that's our transformation donation wall there.
Have you ever had long hair?
All right, yeah, I grew it once. I grew it for a year. And I enjoyed it, mate, but it just got to the point where it wasn't really working for my lifestyle at the time. Yeah. So I was like, no, it's not as easy as everyone thinks it is. Knowing when to get maintenance cuts, knowing what maintenance cuts to get, knowing how to manage the grow out phase and stuff like that. You know, there's lots of tips and tricks that I gave people about, like, you know, how to use products, how to use shampoo, conditioners when the right time is to do it. So I did, and yeah, it was all right. I enjoyed it.
It's quite good. I've always had that thought of growing my hair out, but I've never really, as you say, it's a lot harder than it looks. You think it's just growing it all out, and it's really not.
Far from it, yeah. Far from it. What you'll find is that you have to get like certain cuts done. So the mentality, right, or the psychology, so to say, is going into a barber's or a hairdresser's and walking out with exactly the same length. It seems alien, doesn't it, to do that? It's like, well, why would they go? But a lot of the time, it's to get a shape cut into it. So you want to see less hair on the floor. Now, I think it's just ingrained in us to go in and get a lot of hair off every time we go in, right? So again, there's a lot of that psychology. It's not necessarily the hair's harder to manage or anything like that at all. It's just more about getting your head around going in somewhere and walking out looking pretty much the same. That's the hardest bit, I think. And that's what I found was hard for me. Going in somewhere and being like, well, I've come out here and it doesn't even look like I've had much done. But I obviously know why. But again, for clients who are just growing it out, it can be quite an alien.
Hard to explain as well.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Well, people always think that, like, you know, people always want to go in and get like value for money as well. You know what I mean? And they want to get like a haircut and they're paying for it and stuff. So I get it. You know, you come in, you get a haircut, and you're walking out there thinking like no one even knows you've had a haircut, because we'll get comments on the channel sometimes going, "When's the haircut going to be finished?" But there's a reason. That's, if anything, that's a compliment, because I haven't changed his hair around. Yeah. If he's growing his hair out, you don't want to see a change, really. You want to just see something that is a subtle change that you can point out. You know.
No, absolutely.
How does your dad wear his then, considering he's got a full head of hair?
Quite basic, actually. He's never been a big. I think that's also like, yeah, as I said, growing up, like my mum used to cut my hair, but she used to cut his as well. It was literally just like skin fade to the both of us, and that was it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think he wears it a bit longer now.
Has your mum got any hairdressing experience?
No, not at all. It was just like shaved, like a razor.
Yeah.
Maybe like a 1 or a 2, and that was it.
Good going, Mum.
No.
I think it's a rite of passage, mate. I think you've got to have a haircut from your mum, or your dad, to sort of say you actually experienced the home haircut, you know.
Yeah. I basically had, at one point I was like, no, Mum, I think it's time that I start going to the hairdresser.
I'm in the other way around now with my lad, because obviously like a lot of my lads mates in school all like watch our TikTok and stuff, you know, and they're all like, oh, I'd love your dad to cut my hair, right? And all he does when I cut his hair is moan. And I've said to him a few times, I said, listen, mate, you can go and queue up down the road if you want. I'm not, you know, I'm doing this on my day off for you here. Oh, but Dad, I want this, I want that. I said, well, it won't suit you, so you're not getting it. I think you're 13, I'm going to pick for you for the time being. You can choose when you're 16. Right? But I'm a little bit more lenient on that than his mum. But yeah, he's like, Dad, don't touch me fringe. I'm like, I'm not, dude. And I'll be round here. He'd be like, Dad, no, not me fringe. I'm like, I'm not going to your fringe, mate. Don't you worry. Yeah. And then honestly, you should see how like fussy he is, considering like he just has a very basic cut. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, I think I was like that when I was. I see some of the haircuts I used to have at that age, and they're pretty horrific, mate. And
Yeah, but I mean, I've got a waiting list of over 6 months for a haircut, right? You'd think he'd know that and be like, well, my dad must be good then. Yeah. You know? But all he does is pick it apart. He's like my hardest client.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember who it was, but it was like. It's like this guy. He's like a very famous singer, and his daughter was like asking him something about music, and he was like he tried to give his daughter some advice about it, and then he's like, Dad, what would you know about music?
Yeah, no.
And then it's like there's a video of him playing in Wembley or something.
Yeah, like, exactly. That is a bit like that in a way. Maybe not as big as that, but definitely like that. It's like, you know, he'll say something like, I'll say like, I think you're racist, isn't you? Do you think? I'm like, I know. I know you will. Because I know what I'm doing, right? Well, yeah, it is funny. The hardest critics are your children, though, mate. And you know what's quite nice, though? Like, you need your critics to be people at home, because if you didn't have them, it would be full of ego. Wouldn't, like, you know, if you lived on your own, and I think you're really, really famous, I think it'd be harder that way than if you lived with people. I'm going to trim your sideburns down now, mate. This is what will show the length off on the sides for you, okay?
So where are you from? What's your north?
Me? Liverpool.
Liverpool. I'm actually horrendous with English accents.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Yeah.
At
least you never guessed, though.
Tell.
I get Scottish, Mancunian, Irish. I get all sorts, mate. So, yeah, good one not to guess. Yeah, so Liverpool. I live there again now. I did live in London for most of my adult life, and then I moved back around the same time we started filming these videos. So yeah, 7 years I moved back, and then just still come down every other week and do client. I've got loads of clients down here. So from when I worked and lived down here, so I come down every other weekend and see clients. So and I've got a studio up in Liverpool which I work out of too. So yeah, it's good, man. It works well.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Nice balance.
Yeah.
What is the line of work that you're going into then?
It's just communications for now. I specifically work with a lot of renewables.
Okay.
So we try and, like, if they've got a particular project that's happening, we try and like accentuate that, or like make sure that people know about it. But I'm just doing an internship, so it's been 7 weeks, so it's still
nice.
early days.
Nice.
Just finished. I graduated in September, like last week actually.
What uni did you go to?
UCL.
Oh, okay.
Good place to be as well in London.
Yeah. So did you live at home still, or did you?
No, I moved with some friends down to London. Yeah, but I moved to the UK 4 years ago from Spain. Well, I lived in Armenia for a couple of years before that, but grew up in Spain.
How do you sound like an English?
My mum's English, so
okay.
spoke English at home. And, yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I can't hear any Spanish accent whatsoever there, mate. So. I thought you might have went to like an English school or something like that, you know?
No.
Ah,
but
so
it's definitely got better though since I
really?
came to the UK. Yeah.
Yeah. So your mum's English and dad's Spanish, yeah?
Yeah,
nice.
Exactly. Yeah.
So where's your mum from? Is she in the UK?
She moved around a lot. She's actually like originally Irish. It's quite funny actually. She's from her family's originally from Galway.
Oh, okay.
Which is where the Spanish Armada like shipwrecked.
Oh,
and
wow.
My grandfather's like very dark haired, so the joke's always that we're like just Spanish, but just the long way around, like both ways.
That's wicked.
But she grew up like near Swindon.
Oh, okay. So from Galway to Swindon, yeah.
Well, yeah, my great grandfather, like even my grandfather, grew up in London, so it's quite a long time ago that we were Irish.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But the surname's still Flanagan, so.
So is that the surname, Flanagan? Yeah. Did you get much grief in school being in Spain for having Samuel Flanagan?
Like, would you
I guess a little bit.
They used to call me in Spain. I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but in Spain, we like how South Americans will call Americans like gringos.
Yeah.
In Spain, we call like Northern Europeans ridis.
Oh, okay.
So I used to get called ridi a lot with my mates.
Oh, okay.
But that was more just because I was English, not
yeah.
Yeah. It's quite funny though. I used to hate it, and then as I've grown older, it's kind of I've always found it quite funny. Like it's I've actually kind of adopted it a little bit.
Have you really? Yeah. I could really hear the Spanish in your accent then, mate.
yeah, it does come out. I was
like, what?
Yeah, I think it depends who I talk to as well, though.
Well, when you say something in Spanish as well, that's when it really comes out.
Right,
you know?
Of course, yeah.
You pronounce it like you know, if you listen to someone, try and pronounce like chorizo, it's chorizo, isn't it? You know what I mean? But if you hear an Englishman try and pronounce that, it's nothing like what it should be, is it? So
it's always weird though. You never know whether you should, because it's a bit like my girlfriend's French, and she talks about she's gonna say something that with like the French pronunciation. It's like come across like I don't know.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, almost like you're showing off a bit, right? It's like, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I try my best because I don't try and be that like ignorant Brit where we go over there and expect everyone to speak English, right? So I go over there and I think anywhere I go to, I'll try and learn a bit of the language or something, right? Just to get by if I ever needed to, right? So I worked in Germany quite a lot, so I learned a bit of German. Been to Spain quite a lot, learned a bit of Spanish, right? And if I ever, if I walk into, a cafe or something, I'll be like, I'll speak as much Spanish as I can to get by. You know what I mean? So I'd say like, hola, café con leche, por favor. Right? Just simple thing like that, right? But they instantly know that I'm English. They instantly know. I do have this one funny story. I've got to be careful how I play this story because I don't know if they may remember me, but So I used to live in southeast London, near the Shard, right? And there was an Italian cafe nearby. And I used to go in, and because I worked with a Sicilian, he was my boss, we used to always say, "Buongiorno, come stai?" You know, like every time we walk in, we'd always he'd come back and he'd go, "Prego, prego," and all this. And we ended up it was just a running joke that we used to do when he'd come in. But when we ended up kind of adopting it as like just our normal meet and greet, right? Yeah. And I went into this cafe, and it was owned by Italians. So as I walked in, they were like, "Buongiorno," and I was like, "Buongiorno, come stai?" And they were like, "Sì, sì," you know. And that was it, right? That was the end of the conversation. Was just me saying that, right? But it went on for a year, right? And then I went in there one morning when I was on a day off, and I went in, and I thought, I'll sit in. I've not sat in here before. I've only ever went in for a coffee. Yeah. So I went in, sat down. The guy in there wasn't the same guy, so I thought, I'm all right here, you know, I'm like, you know, buongiorno kind of thing. And as I'm sitting down with my coffee, the guy walks in. He's like, "Hey, buongiorno," and I'm like, "Hey, buongiorno," and he comes in and he starts having a full-blown conversation in Italian. Italian. And I haven't got a clue what he's saying, right? And I said to him, I'm so sorry, I don't know a lot of Italian. He went, "You English?" I went, "Yeah." And just looked at me with the most disgusting look and never spoke to me again.
That's crazy.
Because clearly I must have really offended the guy by pretending to be Italian.
He thought you were actually Italian.
Yes, he thought I was Italian, yeah. And oh mate, the look he gave me was like, it was like...
You do kind of look Italian actually. You do,
I look like every nationality, mate. But yeah, but you know, if I was to like dress a certain way and speak with a certain accent, I could probably get away with it, I reckon. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I get that a lot. When I lived in Armenia, people always used to think that I was Armenian, kind of like Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
I think the beard, I used to have a big beard even when I was 18, so I looked a lot older.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? That's the beauty of travel though, isn't it, mate? You know what I mean?
So have you been to Spain much? Have you visited?
Not a lot. I've worked out there for a little bit. Visited there on holiday, obviously, you know, a few times. Got quite a lot of Spanish clients. But yeah, no, mainly just, we used to holiday out there, mate, so you kind of just get to see the place, don't you, a little bit, you know what I mean? I always thought, like, well, you know, a lot of Brits don't tend to make a lot of effort when we go abroad, right? You know, the stereotypes anyway, so I always thought, every time I go away, I'm going to learn something, just so I can at least do something. And the funniest thing was, all you'd ever get every single time, straight after Brexit, right? I was working in Germany, and all I'd ever get is people saying, "Why did you vote for Brexit?" Why? That was literally the topic of conversation every time I got off the plane.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a funny one. Like, it was just I just ended up becoming the Brexit spokesperson. Do you know what I mean? In every place.
But I feel like those like broken conversations in a foreign language about politics, they're always so fun. I remember I did this stopover in Belarus once on the way to Armenia. In Minsk Airport. I don't know if you've been to Minsk.
I've not been, but I've heard of it, yeah.
It's like this old like Soviet airport. Like you go in and the smoking area is just, it's in the attic. It's like it's this tiny room. It's like completely yellowed. And there was it's like at the start of a joke. There was like a Belarusian, a Russian, Armenian, and myself, like Spanish, English, and we just thought it was just like us four like talking about it. And I was like maybe like 10 words of Armenian, 10 words of Russian. They had like a little bit of English, and it was just us like, oh yeah, no, but this is like this.
Yeah.
And they clearly had some very strong opinions about it. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, what they always say, don't they? Don't talk about politics or religion on a first date.
Yeah,
some clients can't help it, mate. Some clients go straight in, full on, both. You know.
My grandfather always said, "You're going to talk about religion, politics, or football at the dinner table."
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about football, mate. that is a bit like a religion, though, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah. It's a great thing, I think, travelling around, man. I think people should do more of it. I think it's good for them. You know.
I agree. My plan was to go to. I mean, obviously, I'm very grateful I got the job, but my plan originally was to go travelling in South America.
Oh, really?
For a while, yeah. But I think I'll have to put that on hold for the minute.
Yeah. And the beauty of that is you can speak the language, right?
Yeah,
most
absolutely.
of it. I mean, you're all right in Portuguese as well? Can you speak a bit of Portuguese too? Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend's Portuguese. So
okay.
She, I used to learn with her family.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. It's quite easy though. It's quite easy to learn.
Don't say that, you'll offend all the Portuguese.
I know, I was
guys
literally
watching
just thinking that. I was just thinking that. No, I do love Portugal though. It's actually, Lisbon's one of my favourites.
No, don't start backtracking.
Favourite cities in the world.
Don't start. I'll give you a bigger spade if you want, mate. Dig that hole. It's like the place to go this year as well. I don't know if you noticed that.
That and I feel like Marseille is the other one.
Marseille? I've been to Marseille.
I've heard a lot of good stuff lately.
Oh, right.
But in Portugal, the place I really want to go is Madeira. It's the islands.
Oh, right. Okay.
So beautiful.
See, Vila Moura was always a place I wanted to go to before it was like popular. It was like a golfing resort for a long time. But there's loads of, I mean, Lisbon sounds great. I've been to Faro, been down that Algarve way. But we're going to do a little, me and the family are going to do a road trip. Yeah. And we're looking at doing quite a big road trip soon, well, in a couple of years' time. And one of them places is Portugal. So I think we're going to literally just drive around the whole around the Algarve, all the way around, I think. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I really can't wait. Right, so there's the length cut in. That's the same length as the picture, right? What I'm gonna do is put a little bit of the lotion in. This is gonna define and bring out the curls a bit more for you as well, okay? And then I'll work it into the sides as well so you get that little bit of movement. But as you see, the fringe will fall nicely just there. So it sits just out the eyes, as you can see, all right? So that when that falls back, because there's length underneath, that all kind of binds in together. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, gonna cut that then, mate.
I'd love to visit Oman actually. I met this, like, we were playing football in Regent's Park the other day, and we met this like random, like, this guy with his family really, and we like started playing football with him, and he like, when we left, he was like, I need to give you my phone number. If you come to Oman, like, really? I'll host you, like, and it was amazing. It was so good. I've got his phone number in my phone.
That's nice.
So if I ever do go, I'll.
Would you ever? I don't know.
I don't know if I'd stay with him, but I'd definitely like meet him, have him show me around.
Say that. What do you mean? You might have a spare bed and everything for you, mate. You know what I mean?
Offended the people of Portugal.
I know.
I guess I don't know. I wouldn't want to intrude for too long either, though. Just staying at someone's house for that long.
Right, how's the lentil for you, mate?
Yeah, lovely.
Looks nice, doesn't it, man? I'll show you the back and everything. So I'll show you the side view of the picture, and I'll show you what we've done for yours, okay? Just so you can kind of see the similarities, okay? So, what you find is now is that when you play around with it, right? When you put your fingers through it, like so, you get that flow, like in the picture, right? And then it falls into the curls at the back. So you've still got that lovely kind of shape at the back there, right? But then you've got that same sort of sides and top as you get in the picture. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've got where all the hair falls down there, that's the graduation into the side. So that what you had before was the length finished here, whereas now the length finishes a bit higher up. So as you push it around, you get the same kind of thing. I don't know if you can see that there, but you get the same kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So it's still got the flow and the movement, you've still got a little bit of length at the back, so you haven't reduced all of that. You've just connected the sides and the top in essentially to the back.
Yeah.
That's how it falls. So it's dead easy, mate. It literally just diffuse it, mate, and just put in your product. It's all cut in, the shape is all there. It's very, very minimal effort, you know what I mean? Happy, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool, man. Thanks, Sam. Cheers, mate.